Zero, and we are live. Wow, first time using Riverside. Pretty sweet. First time using this microphone. I'm gonna check this out. So we got the TikTok live number 6 going right now. Danny, what's up? Karan Gandhi, what's up? Ashley Walpole, good evening. Good evening, Ashley. What's up? What's up? Jenny Thomas, how's it going? Kayla Dawn, hello, hello. Linda joined. Welger fam. Josh, hello, hello everyone. What's up, friends? Matt Man. Oh, Sarhan 94. Omar, is that you? Omar, is that you? My dude, Omar? Clothes lover. Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Domino's, or Little Caesars? Question and why? Oh, good question. Domino's. Papa John's, first of all, I had that one time, twice at basketball tournaments up in Massachusetts. I couldn't distinguish the pizza from the cardboard. What else was there? Pizza Hut. Okay. I mean, I think some people are just crazy about Pizza Hut. They love to rave. They love to rave about Pizza Hut, and I was never impressed. I was never that impressed by it. Domino's. I mean, they always do. I felt that they always do a good job. They have good delivery, pretty good prices. Still fast food, still terrible for you, right? Greasy. Like, when you pick up the slice of pizza and the grease just drips off. Oh, oh. Just toss that thing. If it was Papa John's, though, it would actually go like a frisbee, right? Because it's like cardboard. So there you go. There you go. Who was that? Who asked? Clothes lover. So they. How do I swipe? Here we go. Clothes lover. Clothes lover. Yeah. So I'm going with Domino's. Someone I submitted 4 topics on my Instagram story. Someone said plants. Someone said food, and I chose food because that's what we got. The other one was I only did it a few hours ago, so I only had 3 or 4 responses, but we're gonna go with that. Omar, so it's Omar. What's up, man? Adventure Pups, Alaya Edwards. What's up? Sam Botang. Hey Doc. Hey, what's up? Omar, you're famous at my med school. How is that possible? That's so funny. I mean, I'm honored. I'm super humbled and honored. That's crazy that your med school in Ohio knows about me or recognizes me or something. Dude, that's wild. That's pretty awesome. Moonsun 100, you a Swifty. A Taylor Swifty? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how, like, the whole Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce is getting pushed to the maximum right now. Where did that come from? It's like every time she's dating someone new, which is every 7 months, it's like pushed to the top of like my algorithm's priority. And I don't know. I'm not really that an avid Taylor Swift follower, so I don't know where that comes from. Ashley Walpole, Papa John's has really good sauces. I've heard, I've heard that maybe it should be Sauce John's or Papa sauces. It's definitely not pizza oriented. Amina XXO, hi. Hey Amina. Dorian for sales. For sales, okay. Chris Medina, how do you feel about composite veneers? I mean, in oral surgery, we don't do composite veneers. It's more of a cosmetic dentist's, vibe and setup. Composite veneers, I mean, they could be great in aesthetic situations, in aesthetic settings, for cosmetics. It's all about the lab. So the dentist is great, always super important, but your veneers are only going to be as good as your preps, your impressions, and the lab to make it to your specifications. And that's as far as I know. That's as much as I know. I'm going to step out of the room there. Also, the Swifties are powerful. I don't know what a Swiftie is. You're a OMS fellow. This is Char and Lil's mom. So oral maxillofacial surgery is not actually a fellowship. It's a residency training. I'm in the 4-year track. You either have 4 or 6 years. Is this okay? Okay, so on Riverside screen, this is fine, but this looks like it's going in my mouth on live. Whatever. We're good. So, oh yeah, so unless it's a residency, I'm in the 4-year. The 6 year is an extra 2 years because you get your MD in those 2 years spent in medical school. I did not want to take more exams. I'm not thrilled about taking the steps, the shelf exams, the cabinet exams. Like, what else are there? Why are there so many things? Like, it's all about furniture. Why are all the? Here's my question to you guys. Omar's a first year med student in Ohio right now. I got a question for you. Why are all the medical school exams named after furniture? Right? The steps, the shelves. What the heck is going on? The boards. I'm telling you, the only thing missing is the cabinet or like the dresser. Um, So yeah, Charles, let me know if that answers that question. Okay, Mary Santana, it's way too much. Everyone needs to calm down. Yeah, it is way too much, and I think we do need to calm down, in the Taylor Swift sense. But I mean, I think her attitude and personality is very enthusiastic, which I love. I mean, anyone that brings that excitement and makes things fun and enjoyable and shows their personality, I really appreciate that. That's for sure. DNDKKDJC. Hey man, I didn't get the raise and bonus I wanted this year. Any advice? Should I leave my job? So first of all, I am not qualified, I would say, in any way to answer this directly as far as a mentor, but I'm going to try, okay? And again, this is not any type of medical advice or anything. This is completely personal opinion. Number one, I would read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, okay? That's something that I think you should really consider. I would start with there, and that will literally give you tricks and tips and how to talk to people, how to communicate, and how to network in order to get, one, either the raise you wanted, right? They have it literally in a chapter. They show you how to get that raise you want, right? Two, it will that, and then by Keith Ferrazzi, Never Eat Alone. That book especially will teach you how to network, and networking I think will be the key to either getting in touch with the people you need to get in touch with to get the raise or the next position or the next title at your job, or it will show you where you need to go for your next job. Okay, so I think that's where you're going to find the answer. If I can't give it to you, right? Best I can do. Papa John's is mid. I'm not familiar with the midterm. If someone could explain to me, I would appreciate that. The mid. I've heard this is the second time hearing that of all time. Second time I've hearing this mid. Um, Whoa, a lot of questions coming in. You head of Israel Palestine conference. You heard of Palestinian? I have heard. It's so sad. I just there's so much war going on in the world today. What is going on? This didn't happen a few years ago. What? Why is everything coming to a head now? I don't know. It's getting kind of scary personally. But I come on here. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let's discuss topics. I think choosing peace is the way to go, and I don't think anyone's choosing peace right now. Even the media, everywhere you look, it's like fear, fear, fear. So on here, no fear. Hey doc, first year dental student. This is Andre. What should I be doing first year if interested in OMFS? First year, I would consider, especially right now, October. You're at the cusp where you're starting to hit like midterms in the first half of your first year, your D1 year. I think you want to work on perfecting and maximizing your efficiency, effective and efficient studying, okay? Because later on, you're going to have clinic being added on top of that, right? First of all, at the beginning of dental school, this is now something new to you. You have twice as many credits that you're taking, right? Dental school is an average of about 32 credits a semester. So your first year of dental school, I want you to work on just excelling in that atmosphere, excelling in that setting, that environment, okay? Because once you can get down 32 credits a semester, they're going to add on clinic. You're going to have to start seeing patients. You're going to start having to treat people, right? And that's all on top of the same amount of classes. Don't get me wrong. They just added on top, okay? Now, this is what we're getting to. You're interested in oral surgery. You're going to have to take that CBSC exam. You're going to have to take the CBSC studying on top of clinic, on top of the dental school courses. And you need to be excelling at all of them. You see where I'm going with this? Take it one step at a time. D1 year, get really good at studying. They're going to add in clinic. Get really good at doing clinic on top of that studying. Last but not least is get really good at studying for the CBSC. You need to work on studying efficiently and effectively. Efficiently means, for me, it was I would make a Quizlet deck with figures, right, the premium version, and then I would study it 5 to 7 times to get that 90 plus that I needed. By my last year, and I only figured that out second or third year, right around there, okay? By my last year, my D4 year of dental school, I could do that 2 to 3 times, and I was getting 90s plus on my exams. That's efficient studying. Effective studying is getting to 90s and up, right? The studying you're doing is effective. It's working, right? Then you get to efficient studying, working that studying down so you could add more studying onto the plate, and each individual subject takes less time. Okay, I hope that answered that question, Andre. Let me know another question, Andre. I'm here to help, and if anything, just DM me on Instagram too, at Dr. Gallagher, no underscore at the end. Let me know. I'm here. I'm here to help. Anything, guys. Undergrad, high school, dental school, oral surgery, college, university. How can I help? I'm at your service. Let's do this. Hail 101010. Can I be your assistant? You can. I mean, I'm in residency now, and we have assistants at some facilities. We don't at others. It's absolutely. I don't know if they're hiring. I will be hiring one day. I'm looking to really expand and have some fun with it. What makes a person Into teeth so much. This is asked by Winter. Dentistry in general is a pretty clean profession. You know how like the dentist office always has that smell? It's like it has to do with like the cleaning products that they use, I think, and the dental materials that they use. It's kind of a nice atmosphere, and if you look at it as such, unfortunately, the stress, the pressure, the responsibility that gets added on across dental school, residency, and then finally running, being your own dentist in a practice one day, maybe you're working for someone else, maybe you're not. A lot of pressure, right? But if there's a way for you could figure out, do I like working for someone else or do I like working for myself to maintain full autonomy over my patients, my work, my practice, etc. Figure out which setting you thrive in, right? And then I think dentistry really affords you the best opportunity to make the most of that. If that makes sense. If you don't understand, like ask another question, let me know. And then teeth is it's your smile. It's people put more work into their smile than into any other, well, except for their iPhones. And now it's debatable between eyelashes and eyebrow, but I mean, you know what I mean. The smile is the most important thing. If someone has a tooth missing, they notice that well before an eyebrow is missing, an eyelash is missing, their gallbladder is missing. You know what I mean? You see what I'm getting at? It's teeth, it's your smile. That's how you carry yourself in and out every day. Can I get a shout out, please? Ag- Agnieszka. Agnieszka. Shout out to you, Agnieszka. Agnieszka. I think that's right. All right. Char and Lil's mom. I had a single episode and broke my mandible, and both TMJs was wired. Now rubber bands. Woo! Char and Lil's mom. Oh my goodness. Have you seen patients heal without needing TMJ surgery? Yes, we have seen patients heal without doing TMJ. Listen, you need to be a compliant patient and do exactly as the surgeons say. You need to exercise when you need to exercise despite the pain. You need to stay locked down and only drink liquids when they say that. You don't do smoking or drinking through straws when they tell you to do that, right? Ice when they say to ice. And so on and so forth. Everything will turn out fine, okay? But you need to adhere to the recommendations and instructions. Are you an OMS? Hale 10101010. Yes, I am oral maxillofacial surgery resident right now. I have just less than 2 years left of the residency, and then we're going from there. Dorian, for all jobs, is about who you know. Also, friendly discussion amongst each other of salaries. Yeah, the salaries is another thing. Personally, I'm not looking for necessarily the highest salary. I'm looking for the best position, the best culture, a place for growth. I want to work in a private practice. I do not want to work weekends. I do not want to take call for hospitals. I really don't anymore. I really don't, especially when hospitals aren't starting to pay for the surgeons taking call in some of these areas. Not a fan of that. Doesn't make sense. I want to take call for my practice, for my patients. Any patients, any of the dentists in the area. I am all there. Let's do it. Let's get to work. Okay, that's what I think is interesting. An opportunity for growth and administrate. Like becoming a partner at a practice. That's another thing I'm looking for. Mike, I punched my dentist in the face after she told me to floss. Thoughts? Yeah, probably not a good idea. And you probably should floss at least once a day. It's generally a good idea. You punched your dentist in the face. Jesus, Mike. A little violent? You good? I've never heard of anyone punching their dentist in the face. People have grabbed my arms when I've been given the local anesthesia before, but no one's punched me right in midair. Catch that hand. I'll catch that fist. Let's go. Duriel. No, I'm just kidding. Duriel, hey, if you don't mind me asking, what was your GPA and DAT when you applied to dental school? Sure, why not? Let's do it. My GPA was a 3.6, right around a 3.6. I had a 3.2 out of NYU Poly, and after 2 years, I transferred to Stevens Institute of Technology in Hoboken, New Jersey. NYU Poly is now NYU Tannen School of Engineering. It was an engineering school, very rigorous academic. A lot of the teachers are foreign and don't really care about what your scores are or getting into any professional, postgraduate school. Nonetheless, 3.2 there is about a 3.8 at Stevens. I did get a 4.0. I was very proud of it. I worked very hard. My senior year of college, I didn't play basketball anymore, and I focused in school. Got a 4.0 that last year. Got my GPA up to about a 3.8 at Stevens, so it averaged out to around a 3.55, 3.6. DAT, I got a 21. I got a 22 on the PAT. I got a 24 or 26 on Orgo. I got a 22 on Gen Chem. Bio, I think, was a 20 or 21. Math and reading, I don't remember. And bio, I don't remember those. I don't. Those are the not as good ones. I don't remember what they were specifically. Did you pass the CDCA? Yes, I passed all the CDCA parts without retaking. Thank God. Julian Ross 149. Same thing with the LSAT. Yep. Same thing with the LSAT. Andre, sounds great. Thanks, Scott. Andre, I got you. Get me on Instagram. Okay, it's at Dr. Gallagher. No underscore. DM me any questions you have through the process. I'm here for you. Okay, I could respond with the audio messages. It was a rough week. By the way, anyone who's on right now, very rough week last week. Very busy. I had a Tuesday was it Tuesday? No, Wednesday was a 15. Yeah, Tuesday was a 12-hour day. Wednesday was a 15-hour day. We got out of the OR at 10 p.m. before I got home at 10:30. Thursday, I was on call. Didn't get home till like 12:31. Didn't get to bed till about 2. Had to get up at 5 to go back. What a mess of a week. So if I didn't get back to you until Friday, Saturday, even today, Sunday, I'm sorry. But just so you know how the week went, and I did get back to everyone today. Josh Magoo. Is your profile pic Stony Brook? Fellow Seawolf in the house. I got a hat around here somewhere. Yes, Josh Magoo. I might not be pronouncing that correctly, Josh Magoo. But McGow, maybe it's McGow. I think it's McGow. Josh McGow. Yes, that is Stony Brook in the back. It was at the dental school, at the dental clinic. My boy Matthew Whalen took that photo. We were doing some stuff that day. What is the study time for the CBAC? CBAC is offered twice a year, early February and late July. So you have 6 months to study for that. I would study 4 to 5 months, minimum 3. And I wouldn't study for it the first time you take it. You're going to realize you have no idea how to study for this thing. It's completely different and separate from anything you've studied for in dental school. So therefore, I would recommend taking it one. You have 6 tries to take it, right? If you took it every single 6-month period throughout dental school, you'd run out, right? But you're not going to do that. I wouldn't study for it. I would take it after D1 year for the first time without studying for it again. Then I would start taking it with studying for it. Try and get it in February of your D2 year if you can. It starts to get busy then because they start to end on clinic. I didn't take it a second time until after my D2 year, the summer of D2 year, and I did study for that time. I got a score I could apply with, didn't get the score I want. I took it again in February of my D3 year, got the score I needed, again, not the score I wanted. Excuse me. And so I went from there. That's how it is. Falolo. I'm getting a health sciences degree and don't want to go to additional schooling after. I agree. I understand. Get your health science degree, get the prerequisites in for college. I mean, for postgraduate school, whether you want to go to med school, dental school, PA school, nursing school, and to NP maybe, or CRNA. I think that is in the top 3 professions in all of healthcare, by the way, because you get good pay. You know your craft. You know what you're doing. Anesthesiology is a great lifestyle. It's fantastic. And quality of life versus hours worked versus having time off to take care of a family or see a family or, holidays and whatnot. I think CRNA is up there, top of the charts, top 3 probably. So yeah, I would get those out of the way. So, whoa, lots coming in here. Love it. Good stuff, guys. Keep them coming. Every time I hit down, it like adds in a whole batch of questions that came in, and I lose my spot. TW followed me. Thank you, TW. Ask a question. How can I help? Hell, I'm an assistant. We don't get paid enough. LOL, my back is broken. I hear you. By the way, dentists aren't being reimbursed as much as they should be. If you look into the stats, insurance companies haven't. Inflation's going like this, right? Whatever it may be. It might be like this. I don't know, right? The insurance reimbursement rates have been going like this. They haven't been increasing along with the economy. It's not fair to dentists. And now dentists are coming out with more loans than ever before and aren't getting reimbursed for the treatment that they do. Some of them don't get reimbursed at all. Think about that, okay? It's getting very tough for small business owners in any field, okay? It happened in medicine 20 years ago, and that's why hospitals own everything now. It's starting to happen in dentistry, and someone's got to do something. And I thought the ADA might be it. It seems like they're supporting the corporatization of dentistry. and they say that the values are aligned between corporate dentistry and patient values. The data I've seen shows otherwise. So I look, as long as it aligns with patient values, that's fine, right? But the data's not showing it, and they're not going to tell you about that. And in order to align your patient values with the corporate's values, you need to feed the people that are treating the patients, meaning the dentists, right? And that's where they're starting to hold back. Like, do you see where I'm going? Do you see what I'm saying? I want to move on. Thoughts on healthcare administration in this day and age? I think a lot of healthcare administration have gone remote, and now in that sense, they're therefore now kind of living in the ivory tower thing, and they've lost complete touch with what's going on in the day to day. They should they should be there a few days a week. They should be getting down into the ED. Look at the ED. Look at the patients, the clinics the patients are going to. They should really have a better understanding of how happy are the people working in the hospital. Like down to the little minutia of that is so important, goes a long way. Um, there's other tricks in that. That's a Dale Carnegie thing from that book I mentioned earlier, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Definitely something to consider. DM Short 193 went followed me. Thank you. Um, D's Newts 96. Do you do double jaw surgery? I haven't done, me personally, a double jaw surgery yet, but I will be this year, probably in a month. And I've helped out on single jaw surgeries. Haven't been in a full double jaw yet because I'm just crossing over into the senior level resident now. Yes, and I've been on plenty where they've worked it up, VSP and stuff. Winter, a major in forensic science, so I can't judge what someone else likes. True, true. You can't judge, and you could get into these postgraduate education schools with anything as long as you could explain your stance and have the prerequisites, and you've taken the, like the LSAT, the DAT, the MCAT, and can explain your why you took a degree in something else. And I think that should be predicated on passion more than anything else, right? It's going to go a long way for interviews too. Agnieszka, I remember when you played intramurals basketball. Oh, Agni, yes, yes. What's up? We met it in Stony Brook in the gym. That's so funny. I thought I recognized your name. Hey, what's up? That's awesome. Thanks for coming by. D's Newts 96. I'm getting forward sliding Genio this week. Do it, man. Do it. Good luck. Good luck. I want to ask where you're getting it done, but I don't want to, L, do you ever think you wouldn't be able to do the complex surgeries OMFS do? I mean, if we learn it in residency and practice and I can have experience, why wouldn't I be able to? You know what I mean? And then I could decide for myself if I actually want to do it. There's a lot of risk and liability involved with these things. You have to balance that with the quality of life. Like, how much workup do you have to do? Is it even compensated adequately for months of preparation potentially between you and an orthodontist for orthognathics? That's one example. Make sense? And then the risk on the patient, the risk in the hospital, the risk on you. Like, there's a lot that needs to be factored in. Any tips for D2 with the CBAC? I'm splitting up my class with flashcards with friends. I want to keep my GPA, but studying for straight A's while CBSE has been a lot. Yes, it is a lot. And then now imagine that all on top of clinic. It is a lot. You got to keep pushing. The flashcards, I don't know what flashcards you're doing, whether it's Anki or Quizlet or there's another program now that people are using. I don't know what you're using there, but you got to go all in. And you need to be doing first aid, for step one, Pathoma, Boards and Beyond, Sketchy Farm, Sketchy Micro. They have Sketchy Path too. I didn't do that one. Maybe that's something you want to consider. And then you also have the boot camp for step one now that they have. Another thing to consider. I wouldn't use that instead of UWorld questions. I would use it as an adjunct. Okay, hope that helps. Let me know. Let me know what you think. D's Newts 96. Would you go into cosmetic-based orthognathic practice? Probably not. Again, lots of risk, lots of liability. The compensation for the amount of risk that you're putting on the patient as well as yourself, I don't think it balances out at this point in time from what I've seen. Okay, maybe I'll fall in love with it. In order to fall in love with it, I think you need to be able to adequately figure out how you're going to balance that out. Because if you only do that for a lifetime, it's going to be really hard on your body. Because this is a physical profession. It is. You need to figure out how you're going to stay afloat in your practice. Because if you're doing those procedures, they're in the hospital. And the hospital's not going to reimburse you adequately. They're taking most of that money out of pocket from the insurance company. The patient, number one, usually does very well, but You know, there's just so many. Muhammad sent rose. Thank you, thank you. I don't know what to do with the roses, but appreciate it. 8 roses. Wow, Muhammad, thank you. Jeez, buy me dinner first, friend. Another one, Muhammad. Julian Ross, 149. How did that This Is Epic video with Juan come about? Was it staged? All right, Julian. So it was end of June, and I was just coming home from my day rotation at the hospital. I was just coming home. I was on call that day, by the way. I was just stopping home, and if you could see in one of my hands, I had my loops case. I don't use loops, but I was showing the attending that I have at the hospital in that clinic. I came home with that. I was just stopping off. I came in the back door of my building, and Juan and his camera dude was at the front door, and they were knocking on it. They were knocking. He was like, they said they were out there for 15 minutes. So I opened the door. And I was like, hey, do you know someone in here? Do you have a friend upstairs? Can I help? You know, I'm not really supposed to let people in. And he's like, no, no, can we see your apartment? And I was like, whoa, 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 what? And he's like, yeah, you know, we make videos, YouTube, Facebook. They mentioned Facebook more prominently. And I was like, all right, cool. I mean, he's got a cameraman. I know, I get it, right? Like they're making content. So I figured, he's like, all right, can we do it for $100? And I was like, and he's like, 200. And I was like, I know the video cuts off, and I said yes to 200. That's not actually how it went. If you watch the full video, I'll post it one of these days. I was like 500, and he's like, you got a deal, you know? And I was like, hold on. Let me call my girlfriend because she was upstairs with Nico, her dog. Let me call, make sure she's not in a meeting. She works remote. So I called up. She was in. I was like, hey, can I? There's some guys outside. They're looking to look at the apartment. Is it okay if they come up? And she's like, what? And I was like, just trust me. Just trust me. It's safe. It's okay. It's gonna come. They came up. We did their little tour on the apartment. Then he pulls out this wad of cash and he's like, "Well, so I actually came over to pay for your rent this month." And I was stunned. I was stunned, and so that's how it all went. And then they left fairly quickly. You know, I was down. Well, no, I was on call, so I couldn't hang out. But Juan was he was awesome. He was with his camera dude, very nice. And then there was another tall dude with a bucket hat. He actually does a lot of YouTube videos too. I forget his name offhand. He's got like the long curly hair, kind of looks homeless, kind of, right? And then he's got the bucket hat. But so Julian Ross 149. That's the story of the Juan Is Epic video where they viewed my apartment. Cute, right? It was fun. L, would you be able to say minimum GPA CBSE in dental school to be competitive? I mean, there is no minimum. You got to have a relatively competitive score in the CBSE as well as GPA. Minimum GPA depends on the school. I can't really say. You got to be, I don't know. You got to be up there, right? CBSE, I could confidently say. I mean, you want to have a good, strong application. To be above a 70 is good. Above a 75, you're very strong. Above a 70 is good. However, that being said, if you get a 65, if you get in the 60s, I would still apply. It's worth a shot, and I would also consider retaking that exam too. Okay? That's my thing. Megan Carew, yo, what's up, Megan? Are you in NYC? Did you have to work through the rainstorm? Rainstorm, was that yesterday or when? I am in New York City. Yes. Shh. I am in New York City. I mean, you can. Oh, you can't on the TikTok live, but on Riverside in the video in the back, you can see you got the Empire State Building right there, right? So, I mean, I think that should be fine. Shouldn't have to be a secret anymore that I'm in New York City. But what are you gonna do? Mary, biggest studying tips transitioning from undergrad to dental school. I think the biggest thing is repetitions. Biggest thing for me was transitioning from writing everything out to doing Quizlets. Or I tried a million different things of writing it out, making it like a folded piece of paper, kind of like an index card. I tried index cards. You need to get down efficient studying. Back to what I was saying before. Effective is it's all about repetitions, right? So I think going from writing everything down on flashcards or whatever it be, go to Quizlet. You could do it quicker. You could get more repetitions in, and you could couple the Quizlet cards with figures if you have premium. I highly recommend that. So that's 2. And then effective studying. Get those repetitions in so you have to study less and less to get the score you want on certain exams. Okay, Quizlet Premium was my go-to. Some people use Anki. Again, there's another source now people use. I don't remember what it is offhand. Any advice for an 87-year-old grandma? Oh no, I lost my spot. Wait, that was getting good. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, I gotta hurry up. That's a lot of questions. TC, any advice for an 87-year-old grandma who has the hots for a stud muffin? What? Where's Esteban? Is Esteban on this right now? Esteban, clip that. Gotta use that for later. That is hilarious. TC, very funny. Very funny. I don't know. Actually, I do know. I've been dying to get an Audemars. I really want to get the Audemars diver, Audemars Piguet Royal Oak offshore diver. You get me that? You pretty much bought a date. Let's go grab dinner. You just no, but I'm serious. I do want an Audemars. I'll settle for an Omega Seamaster. That's fine. That's fine. I don't want to get too. I don't want to get too. Picky. TC. No, but really, an Audemars. Let me know. Hit me up with a DM on Instagram. It's at Dr. Gallagher, no underscore on it for Instagram. DM me there if you're serious. Get me an Audemars. I mean, let's do it. That's hilarious. Oh my God. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen on any social media whatsoever. Let me say. Oh my God. Wow. All right. Stephanie Miller, nice watch. Oh, thank you. Thank you. My dad got me this for my 21st birthday a few years back. And it's a citizen, but it does have the it's automatic and it's got in the back, can you see? It's got the um, the automatic wind up where it's powered by movement in your wrist. And most citizens, as you may know or may not know, they're solar powered, and this one is a citizen automatic, so it's powered by movement. Most watches, the higher up you go, are powered by movement. I mean, Rolex, all movement. Oh, except they don't have an exhibition case back. Exhibition case back is how you can see in from the back like that. I'm super nerdy. I'm super into watches. I love watches. I have several or so. Um, this blue one, the Citizen, is like my family weekend watch. I was spending my time with my mom all weekend. You can see my bag is on my bed. Just spent the weekend with her. That was really nice. Went out to see her on Long Island. So yeah, I'm weird with watches. I change watches by mentality. I have my residency watch, I have my dentistry watch, I have weekend watch, beach house watch. It's got a Tide dial on it, which is really cool. I mean, it's big. It's a fat one. It could take a beating, but it's got a Tide watch on it. It's made for surfers. I use it for clamming. I like to go out and clam, and I don't know. Anyway, so you can ask more questions on that. I don't want to talk your ear off about something if you're not interested in it. Ali Grossman, do you know you wanted to specialize when you started school? I had an idea that I wanted to specialize, and I was most interested in oral surgery at the time. However, I didn't know endodontics. I didn't know. I kind of did know pediatrics, and I wasn't a fan. Pros, I didn't know much about it, so I wanted to see more on that. Hannah B, Brendan, Hannah, what's up? What's up, Hannah? Hannah B, thanks for coming on. Ask a question. Ask a question. And so I knew oral surgery was at the top of the list, but I had my eyes open. I wasn't tunnel vision necessarily, right? I wanted to be fair. I wanted to learn more about all the other specialties and go from there. Ortho, too. I really liked the ortho class. I really enjoyed that one. My best friend from dental school, Sean Czar, he's an ortho now. He's still at Stony Brook in residency there. Siraj Sandoval, love seeing you on here. Just started applying to dental school. Love seeing you on here, too. Sarai, I'm sorry. I thought that was a J. Sarai, what's up, man? Any questions, please ask. I'm here to help you. I put the topic up as food. Someone, I think it was Nick the Ferg. I think Nick put up food as the topic. We were talking about pizza earlier, and I said Domino's over Papa John's, over Pizza Hut, there was a third one that sucked. Doesn't even matter. It sucked. It sucked. Doesn't matter. I go with Domino's. You get it fast. They're usually good. You could drip off all the grease. Renee J68, I saw you when Juan wanted stopped by to see your apartment. Heart. Yes, that was me. He did see my apartment. He paid my rent. He gave me $2,800 bills, which no one's ever done for me before. That's awesome. Believe it or not, just to touch on that point, I haven't spent any of that. Now, it did help me get the mentality that I'm going to be okay this year because I have been negative most months since I started residency 2 years ago with this apartment rent. But I feel that I'm trying to not cash it into the bank, right? For now, I want to try and save that money because I was thinking of doing a similar thing where people that clean the apartment building, maybe I could help them out with this holiday season. Maybe I'll pass someone on the street that really needs that with their family. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I have kept it somewhere around here. And or not around here. But yeah, I actually plan on recirculating that. I don't plan on taking all that for myself. It was a very kind thing that Juan did, and I do need that money. However, as of now, I think it's going to be a bigger thing to do to just pass on the favor. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard of that? Where like you get a favor to you, um, but passing it on. I'm sure you know the. I'm not recognizing the saying offhand, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, and I think that's something I want to implement. So I've been thinking about that. I don't know where to start, and I know you're gonna be like me. Start with me. It's I wanted to be genuine. I wanted to be not something forced. And you'll see, you'll see. Mini Ferrari. Any advice for a pre-dental student? I'm a junior at the university. Yes, good grades. I would start shadowing dentists. Get an idea of what you want to do, why you want to do it. Do you actually see yourself being a dentist for a 30-year, give or take, career in an office setting? It'll give you an idea of what you want to do. What kind of office? Do you want to work in a corporate office? Do you want to work for another dentist? Do you want to work with another dentist as a partner or in a group or what have you, right? Dentistry's changing. Dentistry's always changing. I started in dentistry roughly 6, 7 years ago now. And in that time, we had COVID that amplified and expedited things exponentially. Things are just changing. And despite the changes, it's a really good idea if you have a love for the profession and a passion for that career path, right? Before you go into it and when you're stuck in it and it changes before your eyes, that you're still confident in the direction you're going, all right? D's Newts 96. I'm actually getting sliding genio with T osteotomy as part of FFs with top craniofacial surgeon. Awesome. It sounds like you're in good hands. It certainly does. And good luck. And good luck. That's a very big surgery. Not the genioplasty necessarily. Duriel, do you remember when you applied to Stony and when you heard back from them for an interview? Yes, I heard back from Stony Brook for an interview in late October, and the interview was in early November. Yes, and then December 1st, when the portal opened, I heard from all. I applied to 6 schools. I got interviews at 5, and on the day when they send you out the email if you got in, I did hear from everyone by noon that morning, which I was very thankful for. I was very, very grateful for that. Renee J68, are you still at the same apartment since being in that episode with Juan? I admire how hard you were. Oh, you're too kind. Renee, you really are too kind. And I try to make an effort to come on here and lead by example. I'm here for you and to answer questions, and I hope other people do the same as they go through the process of getting into any of their career, whether it's law, dentistry, oral surgery, or medicine, or orthopedics. You know what I mean? I think it's important to give back for free, and I think good things will come for that. And I'm finding it a lot of passion in podcasting. I'm really enjoying this. I have the TikTok live, and I'm recording it in the back on Riverside. First time. I mentioned this at the back. I just bought Riverside this week, and I bought this equipment because I'm really getting into this. It's fun. I got a little tiny fold-up desk here with the podcast mic on it and the laptop and stuff plugged in. But yeah, it's my little setup. I think I want to start doing interviews too. Speaking of interviews, Bloody Tooth Guy. Can I get a yes or no? Like, let me know in the comments here, please, if you have heard of Bloody Tooth Guy. I'm interviewing him this Wednesday. I'll be doing it hopefully over Riverside. I'll be putting it up on podcast. I'll be putting up in the YouTube channel, Twitter. I'll be putting it up there. I'll see what I can get up on Instagram, TikTok. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe I could use my dude Esteban to, post-produce stuff. But guys, please join the event Wednesday if you can. I still don't know how this works if Riverside is open for everyone to join, but that'll be with Bloody Tooth Guy. Dr. Auerbach. Are you still the same part? Yes. Sent a rose. Thanks, Mohammed. Renee, thank you. Thank you, Mohammed. Another rose. Thank you. What watch you rock? This is the Citizen Grand Sport. Is that it? I forget the exact name of it, but this is a Citizen automatic watch. I just showed before with the open back to it. Is it dumb to study my CBSE 6 to 7 months before I start dental school? I'm interested in anesthesiology. CBSE is only for oral surgery, not for anesthesiology. And, you're interested in dental anesthesiology? I don't think you need to take the CBSE for that. Also, 6 to 7 months before you start dental school, yeah, dude, just chill. Just take it easy. Just take it easy. Just enjoy your life right now. It's gonna get busy. Time zone, free Palestine. Ali Grossman, I'm super interested in OMFS as a junior undergrad. What should my next steps be? DAT and shadowing dentists. Shadow more than just oral surgeons. Work on that. Work on the DAT. Work on getting your credits. Make sure your GPA is strong, and go from there. Okay. Renee, thank you for asking this. I want to know as well. Renee, I cried watching it. I'm so glad it was you he found. You work very hard. Renee, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you. And we do work very hard in residency. It's not just me. I'm very, very impressed by, oh my God, all the residents in the hospital, especially the ones that take call. Taking call is another type of lifestyle. I'm going to call again tomorrow. And we'll talk about that soon. $500, Renee. User 1471. Should I study for the CBC and take it before I start dental school in July? No. No. Just let's calm your horses, you know. Cool your jets a little bit, buddy, you know. Renee, loved watching it. Glad he found you and picked you. Thank you, Renee. You work very hard. Doc, are you technically MD and DDS for surgery? No. I'm in the 4-year oral surgery program, so I don't get my MD, and I'm still the same oral surgeon as any oral surgery resident that graduates in the 6-year program with their MD. We do the same surgeries. Yes, it's true. So why would you want to do the 6? I know, right? That's why I went 4. MD's a great thing. It's a great thing to have, but you don't need it to be an oral surgeon or to do oral surgery, oral maxillofacial surgery. You don't need it in the United States. Keep that in mind. User 1471, I'm doing a TMJ systematic review right now. It's an undergrad. Does research help if it gets published? It can if you're super passionate about research. You're not just doing it to get into a dental school. Yes, absolutely do it. Absolutely do it. Jimmy Monarch, this dude has a huge ego. You sure? Jimmy, you don't even have a profile picture. Let's get a profile picture uploaded. Ask me a real question, and we'll go from there, okay? I'm here, literally, the night before I'm on call, on a Sunday night, to help people, okay? Swallow that. Megan Carew, no, the day of the flooding. Yes, I was working the day of the flooding. I was in the hospital the whole day. It stopped by the time I got out of the hospital. It was like a 13, 14-hour day. I was out before I even saw any of the flooding. That was 2 Fridays ago. That's right. Systematic review. Yeah, so user 1471. Research can help. It also depends on who you're talking to on the interviews in dental school, right? Once you get the interview, all playing fields are even between you and other applicants. The interview is not about how much research that you did. It's about having a conversation, and I think it's important to be able to converse with the interviewer, ask them questions, they're going to ask you questions. Again, it's a conversation, it's not a multiple choice exam. And I like to talk about stuff I'm passionate in. I like to find out what they're passionate in and see how that aligns, and talk about that. That's what I always like to do. It's fun. Are you still in the same apartment since Juan visit? Yes. Yes, I'm 2B86. Did you take any gap years before dental school? Yes, I took 1 gap year. I did. In that gap year, I worked 2 lifeguarding jobs. One at the gym, so I could get the free gym membership. I did nights, weeknights. I did that. I worked weekends at an assisted living home. It was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I worked there because that was a better lifeguarding pay job. And then about minimum wage, I worked at an oral surgeon's office in my community. Got more experience in assisting as a surgical assistant, seeing what the oral surgeon does, office management and whatnot. Was great. That was great. It was a very big year. Did a lot of work, produced music, did stocks, read several books. Yeah, it was good. I highly recommend gap years. I think it's really good for your development. It's good to kind of step out of the educational system and get an idea of what the world is around you. I really think that's a good idea. VNS of Will Endorf. What about Anki instead of Quizlet? Yeah, Anki's great. Anki's great. And Anki you could get for free. And then Anki you can also use with other classmates as like a team. So someone does that. Anki's great. Anki's fantastic. N, best brunette costumes. I don't know. What's the women's Dirndl, the German, like the opposite of the lederhosen. I've always wanted like my partner to wear the Dirndl while I wear the lederhosen. I always thought that was a cute look, and it's like traditional. I don't know. 2B86. Any advice on dating your 20s, especially for those in the med field, dental field? Yes. Do not settle for anything less than anyone that doesn't bring out the best in you. It should be someone that you can align your passions with, align your values with, something that, and this, again, this is all just personal opinion. Um, Someone who's going to always understand you, what you're going through, who really knows you for you and encourages you to be who you are every day, motivates you to take that next step, doesn't try to take you from your studies, doesn't try to take you away for, um, and that. Unfortunately, a lot of dating has gone virtual now and digital, right? Connecting with people on these apps. I think Hinge is good. I've had success for relationships through Hinge. Not so much with Tinder and Bubble. And unfortunately, look, this is the reality. Ideally, it'd be great to meet in person, but now you go to a bar or a venue or an event or something. You don't even know if these people are single. You don't, but at least on the app, you know they're generally single and looking for something, a relationship, right? And I think Hinge is cool because you have the prompts. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. And I think you do need to meet a lot of people, not in a bad way, but you do need to have conversations and meet a lot of personalities, just on a meeting basis. That's all I'm saying, because you need to understand what you like and what you don't like. It's same thing as study. The more reps you get, the more you learn that subject. The more people you meet and learn and converse with, and go out and talk over coffee or a beer, you get to learn what kind of person is out there and what you align best with. And I think you always want to keep that in mind, around what you're looking for in a relationship, right? User 147165. I'm struggling in Orgo 2 right now. We got to do this to become a healthcare professional. Yeah, it's a little bit odd, right? I actually liked Orgo 2. I had an A in it. I think Khan Academy for Orgo is what you want to look into. It was fantastic. Wherever you are, I would look into Khan Academy. That should help. Do you keep in touch with Juan? A little bit. I haven't checked in 2 months, but he actually did follow me back on Instagram, which is pretty sweet because he's got a very small following group. I'm assuming he unfollowed me, but I hope he still does. He was super nice, very down to earth. It was pretty cool. He doesn't set up his, he doesn't stage his videos. He does make them all from scratch, which is pretty cool. Jimmy Monarch, let's not mistake confidence with huge ego. 2B86, you are an angel. You are a gem. Thank you. You can leave. We don't want negativity. That's right, 2B86. Thank you for that. This guy Jimmy Monarch can go to someone else's live, right? Luke, do you recommend Quizlet for biochem? Yeah. I mean, dude, honestly, I see predental too. Yeah, man, I recommend. So here's the thing. Quizlet worked for me. I do recommend, you don't have to use Quizlet necessarily. You can use Anki. You can use the other subject. But I do think, as a whole, sometimes the educational system says, like, oh, well, these students, they're on their phones so much and this. I really do think that the right mentality is, we have technology available to us now. We need to utilize it to our advantage, right? It's there. Writing down everything is excellent. It's too slow. We're in a fast-paced environment. You need to be adaptable. You need to change, and you need to be able to harness the reins of what's at your availability and resources, such as Quizlet, such as Figures, such as artificial intelligence now, ChatGPT. Not to write papers, but for example, I use ChatGPT to create these little posts to review concepts in oral surgery and dentistry and whatnot on LinkedIn. I think that's a very good resource to use for that. Oh, shoot, it's getting to be 9 now. All right, I'll wrap this up soon. Everyone amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. 2B86 paying it forward. No, you are amazing. 2B86, thank you. DM me on Instagram. Let me get you back. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you. Likewise, Renee J86, you as well. Let me know. Vineet Madur, I got no interview invites yet. Should I be worried? Dude, it's October 8th. No, take your time. I would call the coordinators of residencies of dental schools and I would say, hey, I just wanted to make sure you got everything in my application. I want to make sure that there's nothing missing, because then I have to contact PASS if it's for residency. I forget what the application module, the system is for dental school. But look, this is true. What if they are missing something and you never found out? I would contact them. Hey, I just wanted to make sure you received everything. I really appreciate that. I know you're busy. You have a lot of applications coming through. I just wanted to make sure you received all my materials. And then that might get your application on the top of the pile. You know what I'm saying? Little tricks like that. I would think of something else. Reach out to them again. Vineet Madur, I got no. Renee, I had severe anxiety with going to the dentist and didn't go for too long. I had to get a root canal. Yeah, it's very important to stay on top of these things every 6 to 12 months, getting those cleanings, right, and checkups. Renee J said, the pain before it was done was so bad, I didn't know how bad teeth nerves can hurt. Some of the worst, right? Some of the worst. Erica, hi, friend. Hey, Erica. Thanks for coming on. What's up? What's up? Renee J86 overcame my fear with dentistry after having the root canal recently. That's excellent that you overcame that fear. That's a lot. I can't imagine. I really can't. I haven't had much dental work yet. Knock on wood, right? Um, Eric Gordon, no. Sandy Hansen, hey, Sandy, what's up? What's up, Sandy? What's up? First of all, how are you? Hi. Hey, first of all, how are you? Um, Hamza Mitch, you have a great channel going. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you, Hamza. I appreciate that. How can I make it better? How can I make it more interesting? More. What do you want me to do? I want to do more podcasting with people. I'm having Bloody Tooth Guy on Wednesday. Plan is about 5:30. I don't know how we could do live events. Maybe we could do that. I think that would have to be Zoom. I just got Riverside because I wanted better quality content to see how I can do about that without getting too overboard. You know what I mean? Renee, we need more amazing guys like you. You're very kind, very kind. My dentist is very nice. Had bad experiences. Yes. I know everyone's had a bad experience at the dentist. It can be super tough, and then every situation at the dentist, from the dentist standpoint or oral surgeon standpoint, is different too. It can be a lot. Lisa Ellis Brinkley, think about moving to Richmond, Virginia. We would love to have you. Richmond, Virginia. I think I've been there. I think I had soccer tournaments there when I was younger. If you can find me a practice where it's partners, and they're looking for young partners that understand social media usage of that, I'm looking for places there. In that respect, good culture, good environment, private practice, doesn't work weekends, on call for their patients, not necessarily owned by the hospital in that regard. Eric Gordon, how do we shadow with a physician at a hospital while hospitals are so hard to get into? Yes, I would. Zoomuni 2020, where's your accent from? I feel like I've been told I have that Long Island, like Brooklyn accent. I get it from my parents and my grandparents. The dog, coffee, uh, hard AW, the way I pronounce things, I've been told. I'm from way out on Long Island, but I think it's from like my parents and moving out from there. How do you shadow a physician in the hospital? Eric Gordon. I would contact residency programs and such. I would contact the doctor that works there. If it's an attending, should be able to do it. If it's a doctor in a private practice doing cases through the hospital system, should be able to do it. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. You got to reach out to the attendings that do the work there, and they should be able to allow you to come in and shadow. That's how I did it. I shadowed a vascular surgeon at a hospital in Manhattan, and that's how it worked. I had to get a whole separate ID badge and everything. Sandy, it's great to see you live. I love listening to you. Sandy, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming. I'll only be on a few more minutes. Got to get ready for tomorrow. I'm on call. Adele Easem. Was your dad or any family member a dentist? Why not mom? Why not mom? No one in my family is a dentist. One of my mom's friends, an aunt, is a dental hygienist, but I never shadowed her or anything. User 1471, one of the docs I shadowed is at Riverside. Great group of docs. Riverside is Bloody Tooth Guy's practice. 2B86, follow the life creator. Oh, thank you. Thank you, 2B. I appreciate that. Renee, my experience with dating apps is bad news on there. I know. It's super difficult. It's super difficult. Some claim they were single and involved with someone or an ex or spouse. It's so complicated. Yeah, I know. Wolfpack Dentist. I use Chad's videos for ortho. Yes, Chad's videos are spectacular. Actually, I use Chad's videos for orgo too. Chad's videos for orgo, for Chad's videos and Crack the Dat. Crack the DAT. PAT's excellent. Chad's videos are great. Those are all great. Where'd it go? User 1471, use Chad's videos for orgo. Yes, my school exams are just super hard. Yeah, I know. They are very hard, especially in orgo. In physics, I found that physics at engineering schools is extraordinarily hard. Renee, thank you for taking the time to chat with us on here. Appreciate it. Thank you. No, thank you for coming on. Thanks for coming on and hanging out, Renee. At Asto Verch. Hey, do you have any tips for someone interested in OFS applying to dental school this cycle? Yes. Let's get into dental school first, right? Get a good GPA, get a good DAT, shadow dentist, get those letters of rec, and apply to more schools than less. Do dentist, it's an emoji of a plant. That's who this is from. It's a plant. Do dentists sometimes have changed the shape of tooth to do composite fillings or cavities? Well, yeah. I mean, you carve out the decay. You refine the tooth, or if it's crown, you have to prep the tooth. You do have to remove some healthy structure in some cases in order to fit a crown on there and to create the right seal to prevent bacteria, debris, saliva, etc. from getting in there. Ayo, buddy, ever consider joining any military branches? I've considered it, but then you lose your autonomy again. I'm a very big advocate on you need to do something for a living that you're happy about, right? You need to be doing something that you're excited to do every single day of the week, every day that you wake up. And for me personally, I think autonomy is that. I want to work with my patients and with partners as a team in a private practice environment, right? And I think that's going to be predicated on I think the happiness is going to be predicated on in that setting, you own your day. You can see the next patient if you want to. You can say, we're going to do it this way or that way around what you think's best for the patient. I think once you start working for other people, they want you to see certain patients that maybe you're not willing to see. Maybe they want you to put implants on a patient who has uncontrolled diabetes, who has heart failure, and a kidney transplant that they haven't completed all their immunosuppressant therapies and are cleared. But the owner wants you to do that, right? Corporate dentistry can get tough in that standpoint. So, and I think to answer your question, military branches I think would have a similar standpoint where now you're working for the government. You're working for the government. You're working for the facility, the hospital, the clinic, whatever may have you, and now you're stuck in that, right? Just kind of how I see it, and I'm sure there are many different situations, but User 1417, I've also heard that many dentists, surgeons not to go into dentistry. Thoughts? I'd always, and even still, I'd consider dentistry over medicine by a mile. It's getting different dentistry, but it's not medicine, and we don't want to follow medicine. That's all I'm going to say. Look at doctors. Look at how many dentists are happy. Look at how many doctors are happy. I think there are many more dentists are happy than doctors after the last 20 years since so many things have changed and so much. Martin, bro, I saw the video where the guy came and paid your rent for your flat. Such a nice place. Well, thank you. Plants everywhere. I try to keep the vibes like, good vibes. And that was with Juan. We were talking about that earlier in the live. I'll record this live later if you want to go into it again. We were talking about pizza a little bit earlier and stuff. HB, how do you feel about V-line jaw shaving cosmetic procedure? Just curious. Well, do you want to look like Kim Kardashian or do you want to look like you? And I know a lot of people, they want to mimic their image and stuff around other people that look great. I think personally, look, I have a chipped tooth here. I have a scar right here. And I just me personally, I am more about owning your image. Own your image. You are your image, and it cannot be replicated except for deepfakes, except for AI deepfakes. But nonetheless, I'm all about owning my image, and I think people should own their image more and stop searching to look more like someone else. And I think it's very important. Dieting, exercise, hygiene. I think that's all very important and ties into it. I wouldn't necessarily put money to look like someone else. I would always focus on looking more like you. And it's actually simple, right? If you think about it. How do you feel about for That's a funny name. Do you? Yeah, I do know who Johnny Sins is. That's funny. You have a funny foreskin salad. That's a very funny name you got there for your handle. User 1471. I'm an OS assistant currently struggling on suctioning. Any tips? I always have suctioned with so most surgeons are right-handed, so suctioning, you're on the left side of the patient, to the patient's left, right? And I would suction with the front hand and retract with the hand closest. So if you're on the patient's left side of the chair, I would retract with my right hand and suction from the left. Just technique, right? What watch is that? It's a Citizen automatic. most Citizens are you could drive, right? We talked about this earlier. It's a Citizen automatic. I was shown his exhibition case back. It's my 21st birthday watch. And if AT is on here from before, we got to start talking about that Audemars. All right, or an Omega. I'll do an Omega Planet Ocean, the Seamaster. I will, as long as it's got a chrono on it. I could use that when I time for exposing bonds in surgery. I don't know how. I know an NYU dental graduate, actually multiple. None of them are happy. Debt is crazy, to be honest. It is crazy. It is crazy. Um, we'll get into that one day. I hope one day I can change all that. Your smelly socks. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Your smelly socks. Renee, I agree. Own your image. Yes, right? You gotta own your image. What watch is that? That's be an individual. Yes, exactly. All right. It's been a little over an hour now. Gonna sign off. I appreciate everyone that came on. User 174. Yeah, that's what I try to do. Minnesota in the right, suction in the left. Exactly. I'm not used to my left though. Yeah, it's just practice. It's just I wouldn't worry about it. You'll get good at it. You will. If I'm applying into dental school directly, what should I include? I would be second generation of dentist. Yeah, why not? Show how many hours you've worked in that office. Show that you have that experience. Okay. When is the next live? User 1864. Next week I'll be in Jamaica. I'll try to get the live up. I'm not going to be able to get the full setup and whatnot. I'll try for it. We'll see how we go from there. We're at about an hour now. Sweet. Awesome. I only get 15 hours of recording a month. That's more than enough though, right? That should be more than enough. Especially we got this event tonight. I think I got one more meeting tomorrow. We have Tuesday night is something else, I think. And then Wednesday night is the Bloody Tooth Guy interview. And after that is 8 o'clock. We have the oral pathology trivia night with our students of dentistry team. Please come out. It's going to be super fun. There are 3 prizes: $100 Amazon gift card, $50 Amazon gift card, and $25. So the top 3 winners of trivia night, you get gift cards. And I'm reimbursing that. The pre-dent mentor map is something that we've created with the Students of Dentistry team. Shauna, we founded Students of Dentistry years ago now. We got Sarah on it. We got Siraj, who's our podcast manager for Dose of Dental podcast. And maybe Esteban will come onto the team. Brandon Axelrod, he's a D3 at Stony Brook Dental School now. He was our content, some of our account managers in the past. So anyway, let's look for soon. Please come out to the events this week. Renee, thank you. Have a nice evening. You too, Renee. How many hours is residency? A lot. 4 to 6 years is oral surgery residency. Weeks go from anywhere from 60 to upwards of 120, 130, 40 in some cases. And in some places, it can be worse. Have fun in Jamaica. Thank you. Enjoy. Thank you. We'll talk soon. Come out Wednesday. Please, guys, add me on Instagram. Send me a DM there. Anything I could do to help you out, let me know. Okay, and I'm going to be reposting this. I'm recording on Riverside, and we will go from there. Okay, thank you so much. We'll talk soon. I'm going to hit stop now.